I have experience in basic material science. I went to graduate school and worked in industry with superconductors. I dealt a lot with cryogenics, like liquid nitrogen, liquid helium, and then also a lot of acids, bases, organic solvents, just in the preparation and cleaning and maintenance of these systems and these samples. When you get coal out of the ground, it's obviously dirty, has some contaminants in it, and when you burn coal, you want it to be as clean as it can be, and this chemical is used to clean and wash away some of the contaminants. But much like you would use gasoline or turpentine to wash your hands if you're painting. Chemicals in general tend to have adverse effects on people or living systems or ecosystems because they either mimic natural biological molecules and your body doesn't recognize the difference. That's like something that happens like, say, cyanide, for example. Or they break down tissue. So like, an acid would just break down your tissue, for example. So in general, pollutants come in a couple different varieties. They could be toxic metals like mercury or lead. This particular chemical falls in the category of an organic. And organic chemicals are carbon-based molecules that tend to, often mimic other natural molecules that confuse living systems about, what exactly they're dealing with and taking into their system. An example of a contaminant would be, for instance, mercury or lead or other metals that might be in the coal. There's, as you can probably realize, things you take out of a mine are not in a pure and pristine state. So you never have just coal or just iron ore, or just gold. It's always mixed in with something, and it's always a matter of separating things. It's by water sources, it's by population centers. That's probably not the best location for that facility, because if you have a leak and it gets into the river or gets into the groundwater, then you have a major issue that's more difficult to contain. It's definitely not a good idea to have these chemicals around population centers. Having said that, you also need to have industry and jobs in a modern society. And it's just a fact that a lot of the industrial areas and the plants are built near some population centers because the workers have to live someplace. And furthermore, transportation links usually go through cities and population centers because that's what you're transporting between. So some of it is unavoidable. And I think it's just a question of a balance. I mean, I don't think you ever can say, oh, this is absolutely forbidden, or, oh, we don't have to worry about this consideration at all. I mean, you always have to find a balance between the two. I think in a less populated area, an area that's not ecologically sensitive, it could be a good idea. I would not choose to, raise a family in that area. I think that, for a variety of reasons. I mean, you do have the pollution and the environmental aspects, but you also have just the aspects where you want your kids to play. You want them to play in a playground or play in a refinery.